apps. There are 5 levels. Well, there are actually 6 levels. You have stage 1, which is a very healthy kidney. You have stage 2, which is still in a good place. So you have 3A, which is usually cause for concern. You have 3B, which is more cause for concern. And then when you have stage 4, well, that's, balling down the place, and stage 5, well, that's it. So in other words, you want to ensure that your blood pressure readings are always at some level of control. And that's what I said. It's very important that you measure, very important that you measure. A blood pressure machine is not $1 million. So don't be complacent and say, well, it's a bit expensive. No, you're getting blood pressure machine all over the place, very good ones at reputable institutions all over the place. You could go and get a proper functioning blood pressure machine and have it there. And you can actually, if you think you have a problem with your pressure, well, then you should check it every day. You try and do it the same time in the morning. So if you usually get up maybe 6 o'clock, you say your prayers, your meditation, whatever the case may be, maybe about 30 minutes afterwards, you can test the blood pressure. And most importantly, record it. Don't depend on the history in the machine. It's not taking anything out of you. They get a pen and a book and document your numbers properly. The same applies to someone who may have a challenge with diabetes. You test your blood sugar at least once for the day. Now, the thing is, when you start to feel better, when you start to understand what you need to do, because hypertension could be caused by a number of things. It can be caused by constipation. It can be caused by hormonal imbalance. So you find women, for example, who may have problems or who may be in a situation where they are going through menopause. Most menopausal women can end up hypertensive during that period of menopause. And quite frankly, it has nothing to do with blood pressure. It more has to do with the hormonal imbalance in the body. So, of course, at Batson & Associates, one of the key things we do is to determine the root cause of your problem. That's very, very important, because that is what going to be the guidance or guide us in order to correct your situation. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Batson & Associates in a little bit. But before I do that, keep in mind what we're discussing as regards to the high blood pressure. As I said, we are live on Facebook. On Facebook, we are Batson & Associates Limited. On Instagram, we are Batson & Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson & Associates Trinidad. So you can always like us there. You can share our content. You can go in. We just posted a very compelling testimony from a client of ours, who had a young child, 16 years, I believe it was, with some serious challenges. And of course, thank God, we were actually able to help over a period of time. And they were actually able to get significant results as regards to their particular situation. So that's very important, because, a lot of persons who may be listening to this might be, what can these people really help me? Who's this Dr. Batson? Who's this Batson & Associates? I never hear about these people. So that's why I'm sending you. Go, read. Right? After God is Google, after Google is YouTube. Look, you'll find us. Right? And most importantly, that aspect associated with your blood pressure. It is very, very important. It is imperative that you do not take hypertension for granted. So if you know you have some situation with high blood pressure, I'll tell you one of the reasons most persons are hypertensive too. You see the meat lovers? So you know yourself, the meat mouth in the house. You cannot eat food without a piece of meat. There are people like that. If you give them maybe provision with some peas and something, they have to have meat. Usually, those are the persons who end up in problems with their blood pressure. And the reason for that is because when you consume a lot of meat, especially red meat, processed meat, so hams and sausages and those type of things, the nitrates in those causes serious imbalance in your circulatory system. It interferes with the pertinent minerals that deal with blood pressure. So calcium, for example, is a very important mineral in blood pressure. So is sodium, as well as potassium, as well as magnesium. So when you consume nitrates, and even the digestive system being under all that stress with that amount of protein, you create an environment where you have a lot of nitrogenous waste in the body, and that actually elevates blood pressure. So that's something you need to pay very close attention to. As I said before, the persons who are in a situation where they are dehydrated, so they do not drink sufficient amount of water, that is also something you need to pay very close attention to. The rule, there's actually a rule for consuming water, and the rule for drinking water is your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. I'll say that again. your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. So let's say you are 180 pounds, or let's say 160 pounds. You divide that by 2, you get what? Half of 160 is 80. You're supposed to consume 80 ounces of water. In liters, that's supposed to be something like close to 3 liters of water for the day. Contrary to popular belief, most fluids do not replace water. Most. Some would assist significantly in hydration, balancing electrolytes in the body, helping with cellular debris exchange of cellular, what we call intracellular, extracellular fluid, which is very important. So that's why electrolyte balance is very important in the body in order to maintain proper intracellular, extracellular fluid. And intracellular fluid is fluid inside the cells, extracellular fluid is fluid outside of the cells. So it is very important that the pH balance in both instances be correct so that you have proper exchange and waste exchange in the body. So in other words, if you have acid inside, acid outside, no exchange could take place. You have to have acid inside the cell, alkaline outside the cell in order for osmosis to take place. So it has to move from one gradient to a less concentrated gradient through what they call a semi-permeable membrane. That's what osmosis is. So most individuals, if your intake of water is not sufficient, you end up with hypertension very easily, very, very easily. And that is cumulative. So because of dehydration over an extended period of time, you find that it becomes quite easy for you to have serious problems with blood pressure. So that's something that you need to pay very close attention to. And of course, if you're seeking help, you're seeking advice, that's where Batson associates are concerned. Let me just run through something quickly. So the people who have high blood pressure that use medication, so you all know the medication, right? You normally, the category of pharmaceutical drugs that are used for hypertension would fall in usually 3 categories off the top of my head, right? So you have calcium channel blockers, you have beta blockers, you also have what are known as diuretics. So diuretics are what they call water tablets. So Lasix has been a very common one. You have Benadryl, which is also common. Your calcium channel blockers, beta blockers would be things like enalapril, atenolol, nifedipine. You have Ataclan, those types, right? Now, the thing with hypertension is that it's, as I said, hypertension is very dangerous. Hypertension is worse than diabetes. It's worse than anything because hypertension can cause a stroke. Hypertension can cause a brain aneurysm. Hypertension can cause permanent or temporary blindness immediately. It can cause problems associated with blood clots in the brain. It can cause seizures. Because when that blood pressure is elevated, you have a force of pressure coming through. What is hypertension? Hypertension is high pressure where? In your arteries. Your arteries, you have 3 major blood vessels. Your arteries are the largest. You have your veins, which are the second largest in terms of circumference we're speaking about here, diameter. But veins are more elastic than arteries. And then you have your capillaries, which are microcirculation. So basically, the circulatory aspect of your body resembles a tree, T-R-E-E, which is the trunk, which would be the arteries, then the branches would be the veins, and then the smaller branches would be the capillaries. And that essentially is how the network of circulation runs through your body. You have 2 types of circulation primarily. You have systemic circulation, which is below the heart, and you have pulmonary circulation, which is above the heart. Interestingly, there's a condition known as pulmonary hypertension, which is actually very, very, very terrible. That is the hypertension that causes strokes, causes blindness, causes brain aneurysms, causes those type of things. Okay? So that is something that you need to pay very close attention to. Let me say a pleasant good morning to our individuals on Facebook. On Facebook, Miss Dap Ellie says good morning. She's from Barbados. We have Miss Thomas says good morning. Miss Roxanne Didier, good morning, Dr. Batson. Can hypertension cause you to have a seizure? And as I said before, yes, that could definitely happen. Ms. Roxanne Didier also asked the question, I experienced that over the weekend. Thankful to be alive today. Okay, amen. So Ms. Didier, you need to pay very close attention to your health and look at your hydration. There are some products that we carry at Batson Associates for high blood pressure. We actually carry a hypertension tea. And we carry a very potent and efficacious line of teas that actually do some significant work with blood pressure. They have for circulation. We are a bit low on some of the teas. We should get teas, God's willing, in about the next week and a half. But we do have hypertension in stock. We have blood sugar teas. We also have gastrointestinal. Those of you who have acid reflux, burning, gas, belching, you always feel like if the world coming up in your throat. You have issues where you have burning, you have to sleep with pillows, you have been diagnosed with acid reflux or GERD, which is gastrointestinal reflux disease, then you can give us a check. That is something we also have. Ms. Josanne Jews says good morning to Dr. Batson. Others, Ms. Anne-Marie Bab, good morning. Dr. Batson and Associates from Canada. So you see, we already have Barbados in the house. We have Canada in the house. Ms. Fatima Mohammed says peace and blessings to Dr. Batson and staff and viewers. Good morning to you. Ms. Jessica Jelika Augustus asked, could the tea be taken with medication? Of course it can, definitely. And the interesting thing, I like that question, Ms. Augustus. The thing is, one of the objectives that you want is to be able to manage or have control over your blood pressure as natural as possible. So when we're talking natural as possible, we're speaking about exercise, we're speaking about diet, we're speaking about rest, meditation, that type of thing, supplementation. That is what you want. Medication should always be a last resort. And the reason for that is that you have to understand that there are numerous side effects to the long and extended use of these types of medication. And I didn't say that. You can go and read up. That is common knowledge now. So the thing is, if you have a problem, if your body is telling you, listen to me, your blood pressure is high, what should you be checking? You should be looking at how often you go to the washroom. Some of you all don't go to the washroom often. If you go into the washroom twice a week, 3 times a week, are you crazy? That's madness. Something is wrong with you. And you're having 3 square 4 meals a day? No. So you're eating 7 by 3 is 21. You have 21 meals a week, and you only go into the washroom once or twice? No. You're walking time, man. You just waiting to die. Miss Pamela Moses, a pleasant good morning to you. Miss Sally Merritt, good morning to you as well. Miss Jennifer Sargent, blessed Saturday morning, Dr. Batson and Associates and viewers. Blessed Saturday to you as well. So the old people are saying, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Mind your business. Mind your business. You have high blood pressure, I am telling you. I've been doing this, God's willing, September right here, 13 years now. If you do not check yourself, you're going to wreck yourself. We have too many people in this place ending up on dialysis machines. And let me tell you something. Dialysis is no walk in the park and no picnic. And I'm not sitting down here to criticize the medical fraternity. That's not what I'm doing. If you reach a stage where you are in an emergency, the medical fraternity is going to have to do some very drastic measures to keep you alive. It is drastic because your life is hanging in the balance. And as a result of that, you want to live. So the means and the methods that they're going to use, not really the best, but it's going to keep you alive. The quality of life you enjoy is a different story. So don't think I'm sitting down here and trying to criticize dialysis. And that's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing that at all. What I'm trying to help you to understand with someone only with your hardened self who don't listen to anybody because all they think or they know everything. And all they licorice like sin because all they want to eat everything that they place in front of you all, you're going to end up in problems. You are going to end up in problems. Blood pressure is not your friend. And hypertension takes no prisoners. I'm telling you, it will kill you. And you're going to suffer. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. You go and see what it is to be on a dialysis machine, and you'll see something. You'll see how fast you'll get sense and eat better and exercise and drink the water you're supposed to drink. Dialysis is not fun. Let me give you a little sneak peek into what dialysis involves. Well, you have 2 types of dialysis, right? You have hemodialysis, and the next one is what? Peritoneal dialysis, right? The thing with dialysis is that they're going to have to put you on a machine, and this machine is a very large device. And the device has this is what the device is going to do. The device is taking your blood out of your body. It is filtering the blood and putting it back inside your body. Now, under no circumstances, that is an easy task for your body to endure. Your body has to go through a number of different, because when you are on a dialysis machine, your blood pressure can go, and I have known of instances where person's blood pressure went up to 200 and something over one something. And let me tell you something, there are people who die on dialysis machines. You can die, right? So don't make it. There are a lot of people feel they can play the fool, eat foolishness, and some of them feel they might have a little bit of money. And they figure, well, you know, I have money, and when you have money, you can go to any nursing home. Listen to me, there are limits to medicine. Doctors are not God. Some of them feel they are, but they're not. There is no equivalent whatsoever to the Creator. So because of that, you have to understand that the gift that you get, which is the human body, you need to take very good care of it. You need to take very good. They don't sell parts first in the bamboo, you know. You can't walk in the bamboo and go by them people and say, hey, you know, my eye giving trouble, or some cataract, or some glaucoma. They do 2 operations and they're blind. You have an eye there? Let me get it right. No, it don't work so. You feel like you go and get a kidney just so. And contrary to popular belief, when you do surgery and you get organ transplant, you're no way out of the woods, you know. That's why I tell you all, you need to read and do some research. If you find out, go and see if you can find somebody who have a different organ that don't belong to them inside of them and ask them how they just feel. You have to do, or you have to use what are known as immune suppressant drugs. You know what that means? Your immune system, which is so wonderfully designed, is able to pick up any difference in your body from blood. So when they give you blood transfusion, why I think when you get blood, they start to give you pints of blood before the blood actually stays. The blood is coming back out, you know, because your immune system already recognizes that that blood is not yours. It does not belong to you. Because we may have same blood types, but your blood has a unique fingerprint. You see a fingerprint? You know, nobody in the world have the same fingerprint, right? Nobody. None. Because your fingerprint is uniquely yours. But it's not only a fingerprint, there are a lot of other things that uniquely belongs to you, and you cannot get it from anybody else. So that is to say, you need to take care of yourself, mind your business, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Do not be an ignorant individual and say, well, I've had blood pressure. There are people who have hypertension, and they're taking about 10 different tablets for hypertension or medication. So they're giving you calcium channel blockers, beta blockers, so you're taking methadone, atenolol. Some people take 2 high blood pressure medication and they take it twice, plus they have to use a diuretic. That's madness. It's just a matter of time before your kidneys smash up and you have to end up on a dialysis machine. So, you're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. Let me tell you quickly who are Batson and Associates. We are primarily a group of trained consultants in what is known as natural and integrative medicine. And I often tell persons I'm not in the politics of medicine and I have no intentions of being in that politics at all, because it doesn't make any sense and I just don't have time for foolishness. I want to help people who want to get better. I'm not in the nonsense, because I know there are people, and I'll say it again, licorice, you're greedy, you're licorice, everything that have you want to eat, you're gluttonous. You need to stop it because you are killing yourself. Now, the thing is, if you don't care, it's all well and good. You know, that's some people don't care. But my thing is, if you're licorice, you're greedy, and you don't care, when you get sick, don't call the ambulance. Don't waste big people time. You're wasting people time to go and do what? Lie down in the hospital. And then people, when they go in the hospital, complain. You know, when they go in the hospital, waiting days give it for breakfast. It's bread you're getting, nasty white bread too. You might lucky if you get whole wheat, depending on the hospital they put you in. You feel is the Hyatt in or in Hilton? You want salad? You're not going and get that. So you need to take care of yourself, mind your business, so you don't end up inside of there. And if it is you have to go in the people and them nursing home, don't complain about the price either, because they have to pay qualified doctors, they have to pay nurses, they pay in the rent, they have to pay for the generator. So at the end of the day, if you go into a nursing home for the night, you might pay 10,000. So you have to understand the facts of the world in which we live. Nobody owes you anything. I mean, yes, you're paying tax, and as a result of that, you're supposed to. But yes, but the thing is, you want to take care of yourself. You are your doctor first. You have to understand that. You have to understand that. So with that being said, let me give you some interesting facts as regards to Batson Associates. So in terms of our location, we have 4. We have Chaguanas, which is Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. That telephone number for that office is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. For the Debe office, we are located on the the corner of Ramsamouch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. And the St. James office is 220-8113. Again, 220-8113. Tobago is 226-4553. That's 226-4553. And you can give us a call. Keep in mind, there's actually a very good promotion we have coming up. So we are doing something known as your family tree. We could actually, it's out already, so you can actually check it out on our social media profile. On Facebook, again, we are Batson and Associates Limited. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Miss Eve Violet says, gratitude always for your knowledge and guidance. Thank you so very much. Miss Nikki Ramcharan said, exactly, giving people trouble when you get sick. So you could call those telephone numbers. The family tree is, now if you all know me, I don't really call price on the radio. But what I will tell you is that you will actually get a live blood analysis, a dry blood analysis. You will get a foot detox and a consultation. And what you do is that 3 persons would have to come at the same time. So what we do, we scheduling that is going to be on a Saturdays. It's starting from the first Saturday in September.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. What you need to do though is call the telephone numbers because we are actually booking appointments and we have a lot already. Yeah? So it's spaces that you have to utilize so that with that you get some serious information as regards to your body. So you'll be able to know what's the condition of your kidneys. You have a fair idea of what is known as your biological terrain. We'll be able to give you some information regarding your bowels, your digestive system, your circulatory system, and you would actually be in a situation where economically you would have paid significantly less as opposed to if you had to come and do it by yourself. And you would have the advantage now of being in our clinic and have access to advice and consultation and that type of thing. That's a very, take what I'm telling you, that's a steal of a deal, right? We also have a pensioners program that we're going to be getting very shortly where persons who are, pensioners, elderly individuals would have access to certain discounts and that type of thing. Because we're trying to make it in such a way that people are able to avail themselves of situations or services that could actually be in a situation to help them. And that's very important. I have dealt with persons, we have dealt with persons I had someone who came to us, the blood pressure was 200 and something over 1 something. The creatinine, when they did the creatinine and the bond and the GFR, their kidney was stage 4. You know what the position they're in now? This is after a year and a half. The kidney is now stage 2. We were able to bring the kidneys back up, improve the health of the kidneys. They are no longer on blood pressure medication, nor diabetic medication, or heart medication, because the doctors have taken them off the medication. They have lost weight and they enjoy a healthier lifestyle. They could sleep now. And you know why that happened to them? Because we were actually able to deal with the root cause of the problem. The old people have a saying, you cannot be spinning top in mud. Plenty of y'all out there spinning top in mud. You're wasting time. The only people who do the same thing over and over and expect a different results is mad people. Einstein said that. So you eating the same foolishness when the day come, you're not drinking water. You're overweight, but you expect your blood pressure to read good and to read better. No, things don't work so. You cannot do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. That's mad people. I tell you, that's the height of insanity. You need to go and pack a suitcase and go down St. Anne's and see if you can stay there. Something wrong with you, your head needs checking. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. The meat eaters, control yourself with this meat. Skip the meat. Especially when you get older. You remember you're not as active. Your muscles are not. You have to. And being active is a very important thing. That's a topic for our next discussion, right? But that is something you need to pay attention to. So let me give you those numbers again. Telephone number for Shogunas is 222-8261. 222-8261. Debe is 223-7515. Debe again is 223-7515. Okay, the St. James office is 220-8113. Keep in mind, we do have walk-in clinic days. So today in our St. James office, we do have a walk-in clinic day where you do not necessarily have to have an appointment, because we would have spaces today in St. James, we would have spaces today in Chaguanas, and we would also have in Davie as well. So you can call the number. The Davie number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. Chaguanas is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And the Tobago number is 226-4553. Tobago wouldn't have today because we're in the process of now doing over that Tobago office. So God's willing, by the end of September, we're going to have everything in Tobago running in a particular way. I'm going to start back doing what we need to do. It's not that we forget or we left out Tobago, but, you know, we always had some challenges there as regards to, you know, putting certain things in place or putting back certain things in place. So we have never forgotten you guys, you know, but we're going to ensure that we in a better situation to be able to feasibly handle you. So the St. James number again, 220-8113. St. James office is located at the Red Edge Mall. That's Red Edge Mall on the Western Main Road in St. James. Davie is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. And that office is located on the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Davie. Once you find the police post in Davie, you find us. We right like a stone throw away from the police post. Chaguanas is first floor of Money Talks building. That's Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. Let me just tell you something. Chaguanas office is our first floor. And that's a situation we will rectify somewhere in the near future, but that's what we have to deal with right now. So if you know you're immobile or you may have issues with mobility, then Chaguanas office may not be the office for you. All right? So again, you're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. Let me just run through some questions quickly on our Instagram here. Well, I'm not seeing any questions. I'm seeing some people saying good morning. Anointed Woman says good morning. Big Doc says he just joined us. Miss Jalika Augusta said another question. I traveled to Trinidad and my feet become swollen the entire trip. But on my return to the US, it's back to normal. What may be the cause of that? Well, the thing is, remember, once you go in an aircraft, one of the challenges that you have is that your cardiovascular system is under a lot of stress, your circulatory system, your lymphatic system, because you are elevated, so you are at a higher air pressure. And because of that high elevation, it now puts some force or some constriction on the circulatory system. So persons, for example, who have issues with their heart or blood pressure, it is very important that when you're traveling, you ensure that your numbers are good, you are very well hydrated, you try and keep yourself going. You know, on the plane, you could get up a little in between and keep yourself moving, because one of the easiest places to develop blood clots is at that elevation. In fact, the airline industry was in a serious problem some years ago where people weren't taking flights because of that, right? It's only now because of, you know, a lot of people are now aware of certain things. And I'm a big advocate of things like L-arginine and that type of thing. And those are some of the products that we offer at Batson Associates. So you could always feel free to give us a call or visit. We do have hypertension tea. That's a tea that actually works very good, and you can use it with your medication. What I would advise you to do, though, is keep testing. Remember what I said at the genesis of the conversation. You can only manage what you measure. So it's vitally important that you test your blood pressure. And once you see you're starting to use the tea, you're drinking more water, if you get some of the Alkagen water as well, keep in mind, let me tell you something. When you have hypertension, you do not use cleansers just like that. So Santulan, for example, is a 7-channel detox that we carry at Batson Associates. It's a tea, very good product. It cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream level, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Of course, somebody might be listening to say very good product. But all fishermen, they say the fish good. But no, check it out. Check out our page on Facebook and you'll see testimonies galore there. But what it does, think about it, anything that is a detox, because a lot of persons are challenged to get a proper detox, you know, them purge back and then they set of tablets. Plenty of those things not good enough. We have a tea that is called Santulan, which is a 7-channel detox. It cleans and detoxifies your kidney, your colon, your bloodstream, your liver, lymphatic system, which is the system that cleans your circulatory system. So kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Listen to me. A lot of y'all in problems because of what? Your lymphatic system. because of dehydration. So in other words, what I'm saying to you, you have to ensure that your water intake is sufficient for an extended period of time before you go and take a detox. I'll give you an example. Beetroot is very common, right? You hear a lot of people say, hey, you know, if you have hypertension, drink beetroot. Beetroot is very good for high blood pressure. No, that's true, you know. But let me tell you something. If you're dehydrated and you go and drink beetroot, your blood pressure is going to escalate. You can die. And then you're going to blame the beetroot and say, I can't use beetroot. Beetroot is giving me problems. No, beetroot good exactly and does exactly what it needs to do. The problem is you. You're dehydrated. You don't have enough water in your system. Your cells are not hydrated properly. 70% of the human body is water. Do you know that there are a lot of people who drink water and their body don't use it? You know yourself. You drink. Now, what you think is when you drink a lot of water, you're supposed to urinate, you know. But some people urinate so frequently, it means your body is not utilizing the water properly. It's coming out all the time. So as a result of that, you are dehydrated. And dehydration interferes with your electrolytes in your body. Your electrolytes interferes with your blood pressure. This medicine thing, you know, maths and science, I mean, you have to have some level of intelligence, but they just make it sound like if it's so hard and they don't know why people are sick. Any doctor telling you they don't know why you have what you have and it can't fix, they're talking nonsense. I am telling you that. We need to come out of the stupidness where you're telling people, we don't know what causes blood pressure and we don't know what causes diabetes. I am telling you what causes it. Half of the time you're eating foolishness and you're not taking care of yourself. I am not those other doctors who are going to write a prescription and tell you, give you a plaster for. So I'm not in that foolishness. You have to understand, you have to have some skin in the game. You have to have some skin in the game. I'll say it again. You cannot be lazy. Lazy people is dead fast, you know. You're lazy. You don't want, oh God, I don't want to exercise. I don't want to do that. You don't want to do nothing. So where you're living for? You just taking up space. You wasting oxygen. That space you taking up, somebody else could be breathing. You need to move. A body in motion remains in motion. A body at rest does what? Remains at rest. So you cannot be lazy. I'm not telling you to go and join a gym and lift up 10 pounds a weight. I'm not telling you to do that. But you need to get a proper shoes and start doing some walking. You need to do that. You should do 15 minutes. You can walk right in your house. If you have stairs in the house, well, now you're in the game, man. You put on something, you walk up and down the stairs, up and down, up and down, up and down. And you're going to start to feel a different. Now, I'm not telling you to go cold turkey now one time and just go and start exercise, just so you know, no things to work. So, first thing, hydrate your body. We carry a water known as Alkagen water, premium. If you want proper alkaline water, check out Batson Associates. Alkagen, A-L-K-A-G-A-N. And what that water does, it has something in it known as ORP, oxidative reduction potential, which is just a big scientific term to tell you that what the water does, it is an antioxidant water. It helps in electrolyte balance. We have the blood pressure tea. Please, when you're making the people tea, do not put any milk and sugar in it. That's the next thing with some oil here. Taste this kill you. Those creamers that they have, do not use those things. Sugar, why it is you put in sugar in tea? You're spoiling the tea. There's a reason why, you know, they have a saying, Chinese never die, flat nose and chinky eye. They have a reason for that, you know. Nobody is drink more teas than Chinese. When you drink teas consist of something known as tannins, T-A-N-N-I-N-S. Tannins are what give tea or leaves their color. And it helps with a number of things, your cardiovascular system. It helps with your circulatory system, that types of things. Ms. Judith Crawford says, that is why I love listening to you. You tell it as it is. Yeah, I don't have time for, if you don't like me, I don't like what I say, take off your radio. When the hour finished, put it back on. I ain't looking for friends. It's a serious thing. You know why? We have too much people. Let me tell you something. When people get stroke, okay, how much time I have? Right, I have about 6 minutes. I'll run through this fast. When you get a stroke, now there are two types of stroke. Let me run through this quick. You have something known as an ischemic stroke, and you have something known as a hemorrhagic stroke. Now, a lot of times I tell people, I don't care what kind of stroke you're thinking of. I'm not going through that. My thing is, I don't want to get no stroke, and God forbid, if you get a stroke, you want to get better. As I say, I'm not in the politics and the nonsense. I'm not in that. So the thing is, with strokes, let me tell you something. You prefer to get a heart attack than a stroke. Because when you get a stroke, depending on the side of the brain that you get the stroke, listen to me, you have problems. You cannot speak, you cannot walk, you cannot see. Your bowel movement, in some cases, depending on the part of the brain that you get the stroke, do you know that you could be constipated for life? You would have to be taking these things, laxatives, which go to damage your gastrointestinal system, because bowel movement is a central nervous system function. There's a part of your central nervous system known as your autonomic nervous system, which comprises two aspects, your parasympathetic and your sympathetic. I don't have enough time to go into detail of what that is, but let me tell you something. With that parasympathetic, sympathetic, you will not have bowel movement. So why are you going to put yourself through that? And let me tell you something. If you think you're spending money now, because you know I only like to say everything expensive. Oh God, provision expensive, rice cheaper than provision. Yeah, but who eating it? In the long run, when you get sick, who have to pay your medical bills? Some of you can't even afford to do it, which is why a lot of people die, because they do not have the money to do it. So that is why I always tell people, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. Because when you get a stroke, you know how much for a physiotherapist? If you have to get a physiotherapist for the day, a physiotherapist is about $400 to $500, you know. And when you get a stroke and you have to do physiotherapy, you may have to do physiotherapy every day or 3 times a week. That's $1,500 multiplied by 6. That's $6,000, you know. And you think it's hard to spend some money to go and do a checkup. And when I tell people about L-arginine and nitric oxide, once you're dealing with nitric oxide, you're going to have to spend a little money. A nitric oxide supplement might be anywhere between $500, $700. But think about that as opposed to $6,000 a month. And we're just talking about physiotherapy. You're not talking about massage. You're not talking about baths. You're not talking about somebody who may have to take care of you because your family may not be home. You might have to hire a nurse. That's plenty money. Why you want to put yourself through that? When the good creator put some good proper thing on the earth, your fruits and vegetables, proper water for it to eat. I mean, it requires some little work to go and get it now because of the world that we live in. But at the end of the day, as they say, an ounce of prevention better than a pound of cure. It is your interest, or within your best interest, to take care of yourself. Someone is asking a very good question, and let me answer this question. Also, if I am hypertensive, can I drink coffee? Man, I love that question. No. Let me say something quickly. Coffee is what killing 90% of all here. Stop drinking it. Coffee is a diuretic and it is a stimulant. It messes up your body. I don't care where you read, what you read. It messes up your body. There are some good benefits to it, but there are the majority, it is not good. Coffee causes you to lose sodium, and water follows sodium. Go and read it. Read what a diuretic is. That is what a diuretic does. So and some only drinking 5-6 cups of coffee for the day. All these mad people. Do not do it. Stop it. You are going to be in problems. No, it is not good for you. It has a lot of caffeine in it. It interferes with your central nervous system. It is one of the reasons why people end up hypertensive. Because think about it, you're not drinking water. You're drinking all this coffee and it causes you to be dehydrated. So the little bit of water you have in your body, you're drying it out. You're going to get sick. So with that being said, let me just give you those telephone numbers quickly. For Shagona's number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. The David number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is 220-8113. So you can take a walk down the road today or call, get somebody, go in the office, get some of the Alkagen water and some of the hypertension tea. If you know you do not drink water, please do not use Mesantulan. Please drink the water first for at least 2 weeks. Get the hypertension tea in. Start to drink your water. Test your blood pressure every day. Once you see the blood pressure starting to go down, contact the office. We'll tell you what to do. In some cases, you might need, because once you test your blood pressure and your blood pressure reading good, then you should take less medication. You know that, right? So keep that in mind and make sure and give us a call. As I said, we have open clinic days in Shagonas today. We have it in Davie today, and we also have it in St. James. The people who just run the phone company say call first. So make sure and call. Shagonas is 222-8261. Davie is 223-7515. St. James is 220-8113. And Tobago is 226-4553. And keep in mind, we will be, our first Saturday is that program that we're having, the Family Tree, and that is September 3rd, 2022. You have been listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. And as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless you. Always, you and your family. Take care of yourself. And till next time, we have a program tomorrow, please God, Sunday, so you could check us out. Remember our social media, Batson and Associates Limited. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT, and on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, should I automatically mute us at the point in time? What's their number for them again? Are they? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we are now. Sorry. Social medias. My apologies. Okay, so Facebook. Keep in mind that information that I received. Ms. Lucita Jamet says, good morning, Dr. Batson Associates Limited. I am satisfied with your service. I received my order yesterday. Okay, thank God. I'm glad for that. Ms. Lisa Furry said, thank you, Dr. Batson and your team for this invaluable service. You're very welcome, Ms. Lisa. Ms. Judith Crawford says, have a great day, everyone. Ms. Anne-Marie said, 4 years now I listen to Dr. Batson. I stopped drinking coffee. I'm glad to hear that. Ms. Anne-Marie Barb, thank you, Dr. Batson, for your knowledge. Good information, as always. Ms. Joyce Bryce says, thank you, and have a blessed day. Good. So, Facebook, tomorrow, please God, I'm not too sure what is going to go on, because I think there's something that I have to do. However, I'm going to make it up to you guys. But keep in mind, you know, we had some changes because of our schedule. We had some promotions that we did. So that's something that you could always get some information on. Remember, today's open clinic days at those offices. So if you know somebody who may just need to get a consultation, we have our very trained and experienced consultant, Ms. Karishma Ramdan, is in Debe. Mr. Rene Bastamante is in St. James, and I believe Mr. Vialva is in Shogunas. So we have you guys covered. So, you know, don't wait too long, and you can always call, get your information. We also have food detox available. We also have our road delivery available as well. So take full advantage of that. Okay, guys? So those numbers again, the Shogunas number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is 223-7515. St. James is 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That's 226-4553. You have been listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, supporting your health naturally. You're very welcome. You're very welcome to all of you, and God bless. Take care and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.